What's good, fam? Kevin Durant is out here acting like a certified groupie for the OVO camp, and it is honestly one of the most pathetic displays we have seen since this beef first started. While the rest of the league was busy trying to enjoy All-Star Weekend, KD was supposedly hiding behind a burner account to defend a man who already lost the war of public opinion. The hip-hop community caught him in 4K on February 15th and 16th when screenshots from accounts like Mr. Busby 408 and Kurko started going viral, showing a suspected burner belonging to the Phoenix Suns superstar. This account was caught trolling a Kendrick Lamar fan in the DMs with some seriously cringy energy, specifically asking the fan if their daddy dot had texted them today. It is wild that a grown man with 2 championship rings spends his free time using Drake's own corny lingo just to insult random people on the internet. That same burner account tried to defend Drake's financial status by telling the fan that nobody cares about a chain when you have $1 billion. This is the exact type of deflection we expect from Drake himself, and seeing KD parrot those talking points proves he is fully compromised by that OVO stimulus package. Fans across social media are roasting him for being completely cooked, and Sportskeeda is already reporting on how bad the backlash has actually become. Kevin Durant simply cannot stay off the internet, even when he should be focusing on his own career instead of fighting battles for a rapper who cannot defend himself. The fact that this controversy exploded right in the middle of the All-Star festivities makes the timing hilarious for anyone tired of the Drake glazing. People are rightfully pointing out that KD acts like he is on the payroll, and this latest leak might be the final proof that he is the biggest Drake defender left on the planet. That obsession with billions in the DMs leads us right into the latest streaming data, where the fight for 2026 dominance is reaching a whole new level of intensity. Kendrick Lamar officially passed 1 billion total Spotify streams for the year on February 19th, hitting that massive number in less than 2 months. While that is a record-breaking pace for most artists, Drake actually hit the 1 billion mark even earlier, back in late January of 2026. Reports from mid-February show that Drake is already exceeding 2 billion streams for the year, which is likely where KD got the inspiration for those weird money comments in the DMs. This streaming battle shows that even though the physical diss tracks stopped dropping, both artists are still locked in a massive commercial war for the top spot. Drake might have the lead in raw numbers right now, but Kendrick has all the cultural momentum after his historic sweep at the 2026 Grammy Awards on February 1st. Kendrick pulling these kinds of numbers without relying on the same corporate machine as Drake is exactly why the OVO camp feels so threatened right now. Drake fans love to hide behind the stats because they know their favorite artist has nothing else to offer in terms of actual lyrical substance or cultural impact. The fact that Kendrick hit the 1 billion mark so early in the year shows the world is still hungry for his music, and the gap between him and Drake is not as wide as the OVO defenders believe. Most analysts expect Kendrick to continue to surge as the year goes on, especially since he is being celebrated for his talent rather than just his playlisting. The battle for 2026 is far from over, and every milestone Kendrick reaches makes the Drake camp look more desperate to maintain their crumbling empire. Seeing a legend like KD getting his hands dirty in the DMs really shows how deep the brainwashing goes over at OVO. Durant has been defending Drake for years, but hopping on a burner account to troll Kendrick fans is an embarrassing new low for a man of his stature. The internet is rightfully tearing these screenshots apart because they reveal the absolute insecurity radiating from that entire camp. It is honestly hilarious watching them try to use bank accounts as a shield when Kendrick is out here collecting Grammys and owning the charts on his own terms. That daddy dot comment is particularly nasty since it tries to infantilize the relationship Kendrick has with his supporters, which is just a classic Drake move to avoid the actual facts. KD is basically acting like a volunteer lawyer for a case that was closed the second Not Like Us started playing at every function in the country. Durant needs to focus on his jump shot and let the rappers handle their own drama, but he clearly looks addicted to the mess. People on X are being relentless right now, and they are calling him out for being more worried about Kendrick than his own playoff seeding. This whole situation confirms that Drake's circle is completely rattled by the fact that Kendrick is still winning big in 2026. While Kendrick is hitting 1 billion streams in record time, Drake's friends are busy arguing with kids in the comments, and that tells you who is actually on top. Kendrick's momentum is undeniable right now, and no amount of burner trolling will change the fact that the culture has moved on from the OVO era. We are witnessing a massive shift where talent and integrity are finally being valued over expensive chains and raw numbers. Drake might have the 2 billion streams for now, but Kendrick has the heart of the people, and that is something money cannot buy. It is going to be a very long year for the OVO camp if they keep letting their feelings show, and we will be here to catch every embarrassing second of it. On February 20th of 2026, Kendrick reminded everyone why he still wears the crown by appearing on a track called Good Flirts from Baby Keem's new album, Dollar Eno. This collaboration is already the biggest standout on the 12-track project, and it features a smooth contribution from Momo Boyd that really completes the sound. While Drake is trying to figure out how to handle his never-ending legal problems, Kendrick is staying focused on the art and helping his family win. Just one day before the album dropped, Kendrick showed up in the Booman 3 documentary on February 19th to give us some real insight into his process. He admitted being surprised by Keem's ability to transition from a producer to a top-tier rapper, and that genuine respect is a breath of fresh air. Even DJ Academics had to stop his usual Drake fan behavior on February 18th to report that Kendrick has some major moves planned for the rest of the year. This strongly suggests a solo album is coming soon, which would be the final nail in the coffin for the narrative that Kendrick was going to fade away after the beef. The energy from his massive Grammy sweep on February 1st is still carrying him forward, and this new feature proves his work ethic is on another level. Take a look at the actual music Kendrick is putting out and compare it to the weird social media games happening on the other side of the tracks. Back on February 17th, Drake posted a clip of himself standing in the snow with the caption claiming things were about to get freezing, which led everyone to think he was teasing his 9th album called Iceman. It feels pretty ironic for him to adopt this Iceman persona while his lawyers are basically sweating bullets inside a courtroom. Even as he attempts to generate hype for fresh tracks, his legal squad is still battling that January 2026 appeal to flip the dismissal of his defamation case against Universal Music Group. This entire legal circus started because he claimed UMG pushed the promotion for Not Like Us, and he still argues the track lied about him committing serious crimes in 2024. The truth is that Drake took a massive L back in October of 2025 when a judge threw his claims out, so this current appeal looks like a desperate attempt to salvage what is left of his name. Seeing a billionaire try to use the legal system to litigate his way out of a rap battle loss is embarrassing, but that just shows how desperate things have become for him. He wants to play it cool and act unbothered with this new Iceman character, but those court filings reveal a man who is clearly bothered by how the world views him. Since the court already explained that he has no real case, dragging this fight into 2026 just proves he cannot handle the reality of his situation. While Kendrick hits 1 billion streams and breaks the internet with guest verses, Drake is busy filing paperwork to make people forget that Kendrick caught him in 4K. During the Booman 3 documentary, Kendrick broke down the start of Baby Keem career and admitted he had to learn how to rap over Keem experimental production style. That highlighted how Keem proved the doubters wrong by turning into a monster on the mic, and that kind of cosign from a legend carries a ton of weight. When Kendrick appeared in that documentary on February 19th, fans got a rare glimpse of the man behind the art, and his thoughts on Keem showed a side of him that usually stays hidden. He admitted that Keem's fast growth from a producer into a full-blown rapper surprised him, and that level of honesty explains why the culture respects him. Over at OVO, the legal team is struggling to keep their heads above water following that crushing defeat they suffered in October 2025. They submitted an appeal in January of 2026 to drag UMG back into the fight, but legal experts think they are just chasing a lost cause. That defamation suit claims the promotion of Not Like Us was a plot to ruin Drake brand, but arguing defamation is tough when the entire world chose to sing along. That 12-track project called Dollar Eno is currently making huge waves, and the song Good Flirts stands out as the absolute highlight of the whole release. This vibe is the complete opposite of that Iceman teaser Drake posted on February 17th, which felt like a desperate marketing stunt instead of real art. The desperation following that October 2025 dismissal is hitting a peak, and that January 2026 appeal is just another attempt to rewrite a story where the ink has already dried. Every move Kendrick makes feels like a natural part of his legacy, but Drake is just running in circles, trying to get back a crown that already fell off his head. The difference between Kendrick mentoring the youth and Drake fighting in courtrooms tells you exactly where their heads are at in 2026. While one man builds a future for his family and his team, the other is trapped in the past trying to sue his way back into the conversation. Fans see right through that Iceman act, and no amount of snowy videos can hide the fact that Drake is under immense pressure to drop something that actually moves the needle. Kendrick is sitting on 1 billion streams for the year without even putting out an album, so the numbers are going to be terrifying once his solo run officially starts. This is the result of putting the culture first instead of just chasing a check, and Kendrick is enjoying the rewards of staying true to the craft. This embarrassing situation with Kevin Durant and his burner accounts perfectly illustrates the level of panic currently shaking the OVO camp. They are still clearly reeling from the massive fallout of 2024, and the desperation is starting to show in every move they make. Watching a legendary athlete like KD argue with random internet strangers about Drake's bank account proves that money is the only card they have left to play. While Kendrick keeps his focus on the actual culture and making music with baby Keem, Drake's defenders are stuck in a repetitive loop about corporate wealth and stream counts. It is genuinely pathetic to see a generational talent like Durant wasting his energy on petty social media battles when he has a million better ways to spend his time. All that billionaire talk in the DMs is just a weak distraction from the fact that Kendrick is crushing the charts without using legal threats or clownish internet antics. Reaching the 1 billion stream milestone in under 2 months sends a loud message that fans still value authentic hip-hop over manufactured pop hits. Even as Drake tries to drum up excitement for his Iceman project with those freezing cold teasers, Kendrick is already out here delivering quality and supporting the next generation. The final verdict is simple, and it starts with Kevin Durant putting his phone down to find a hobby that does not involve defending a man who already lost the war. Stopping the Kendrick Lamar takeover of 2026 would require a literal miracle for Drake, and nothing we have seen lately suggests that help is on the way. Kendrick stays locked in on his legacy, which is exactly why his winning streak will continue, while the other side stays busy filing appeals and getting caught in 4K.